Imagine this: a man in the desert, over 1,400 years ago, with no microscope, no medical training, no access to scientific knowledge. And yet he speaks about the stages of a baby's development inside the womb with such precision that modern science only confirmed it centuries later. How could this be? This is not just a coincidence. This is a scientific miracle in the Quran. Let me tell you a story. In the 1980s, a world-renowned embryologist from Canada, Dr. Keith Moore, was introduced to the Quranic verses about human development. He was shocked. He said, and I quote, "It is impossible that this knowledge came from a human being in the 7th century." He went on to say that the description in the Quran could only have come from God. Let's look at what the Quran actually says. In Surah Al-Mu'minun, chapter 23, verses 12 to 14, Allah describes the stages of human development in the womb. He says, "We created man from an extract of clay. Then we made him a drop in a secure place. Then we made the drop into a clinging clot. And we made the clot into a lump." And the verse continues, describing bone formation and flesh development. Now pause for a second. The Arabic word used here, alaka, is often translated as a clinging clot. But scientifically, alaka has three meanings: a clot of blood, something that clings, and a leech-like structure. When scientists looked at an embryo in the early stages under a microscope, they found it looked exactly like a leech. It even behaves like one, feeding off the mother's blood supply. How could Prophet Muhammad have known this? There were no 3D scans, no labs, no embryology textbooks back then. This is knowledge that only came to light with modern science, and yet it's perfectly described in the Quran. Next, the Quran says that the alaqa becomes a mudja, a chewed lump, and when scientists examined this stage under the microscope, the embryo looked like a chewed piece of gum, with ridges similar to teeth marks, which are actually the developing somites of the spine, exactly as described, again, in the Quran. Subhanallah, every stage revealed with precision and clarity. Let's be honest, is this something a man in the 7th century could have guessed? Or is this one of the many signs from our Creator? Modern embryologists now divide fetal development into stages: zygote, embryo, fetus, and so on. The Quran also divides the development into stages. In Surah Az-Zumar, chapter 39, verse 6, Allah says, "He creates you in the wombs of your mothers, creation after creation, in 3 layers of darkness." Doctors now confirm the baby grows in 3 layers: the abdominal wall, the uterine wall, and the amniotic sac. Again, scientifically accurate. Dr. Maurice Bucaille, a French doctor who studied the Quran scientifically, said, "The Quran is in perfect agreement with modern embryology." He later accepted Islam, and that's the beauty of the Quran. It doesn't just speak to your heart, it speaks to your mind, to your logic, to your reason. My brothers and sisters, we are living in an age where people want proof. They want facts, science, evidence, and Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has placed all of that right inside His book. The Quran is not a science book, but it is a book of science, ayat, for those who reflect, and embryology is just one of them. So what's the lesson here? Allah is not asking us to blindly follow. He's giving us evidence, logical, rational, and now even scientific, so that we can submit not out of fear, but out of conviction. Many people who have accepted Islam didn't start with prayer or fasting. They started with the Quran. They started with science, and they found the undeniable truth. So today, I invite you to open the Quran again, to not just read it, but reflect on it. Because whether it's the stars in the sky or the formation of a child inside the womb, every verse is a sign, pointing you back to your Creator. Reconnect with the Quran, study it, reflect on it, because the more you understand it, the stronger your faith becomes. The truth was always there. Now, it's your turn to see it.